Dakota First.
Time now for Ag Watch. As always, meteorologist Kenny Miller is breaking down and assessing our overall ag situation here and across the state. Take a look.
Ag Weather Watch on KX is sponsored by United Agronomy.
Starting off here with our weekly wheat update, 38% of our crop is now headed out, which is a bit behind last year's pace of 45%. Comparatively, though, we are on schedule, but our pacing has definitely declined over the past month or so. Rains have been a bit excessive, mainly in our central locations, which has led to some field ponding, but those losses are a bit offset by the benefits to the crop in general across our region. The wet conditions have heightened disease risk, so our producers are being vigilant when applying fungicide as the crops reach the critical flowering stage. A short period of drier conditions and somewhat warmer temperatures would be most welcome in many areas, but to date, crop yields prospects remain favorable in most locations. Taking a look now at our corn across the region, we saw a marginal improvement in our overall condition rating last week, which we will detail in just one moment. But overall, we maintained status quo compared to the past week. Most areas, in fact, saw less than a half an inch of rain, which was beneficial for the corn crop, but this was offset a bit by comparatively cooler temperatures. We really do need to begin seeing temperatures consistently reaching those 80s during the day, which does appear to be the outlook for the week ahead, so that is good news. The overall acreage of our corn planted is down 3% though compared to last year, which will inevitably keep our yields down a bit compared to our expectations. But again though, the warmer and drier conditions next week do bring about a positive outlook for conditions over the next several days. Here are our weekly crop condition ratings for this week with our 5 crops. And again, most of these crops are faring rather well overall. The trend does remain downward, however, as a month ago, all 5 crops here that are shown were 70 to 80% of the crop appearing in that good category. Now we're at about 60 to 65% in that good category. For the most part, though, we have a pacing that's comparable to the past 5 years, and the trends for July do promote good crop progress. Taking a look now at our updated topsoil moisture conditions across the state, 75% of our fields show an adequate amount of moisture suitable for good crop growth, with roughly 7% of our fields falling in the dryness concern range. Those are both acceptable numbers big picture-wise. The concern here, though, is the 18% falling in that surplus category. We'd prefer to see that number closer to about 10%. As the higher this number climbs, the more disease pressure becomes a concern. Overall, though, we are in good to excellent condition. We just want to be thorough with taking a look at the big picture from all angles. And again, with a favorable outlook next week, we expect to see our overall condition ratings climb by this time next week. And we will have those details for you next Sunday and Monday. For the KX Storm Team, I am Chief Meteorologist Kenny Miller.
Be sure to tune in again next week, and of course keep watching for a last look at your forecast with Kenny. He'll have that in just a bit. Coming up on KX News at 4 from rural